closing performance of Deathtrap, a thriller in 2 acts.
Yay! I'm Amelia Suki, and I directed this show. Our production tonight was made possible by the hard work of our adult theater staff, Ellen, Dave, Clara, and Emmett, by the cooperation of Miss Irons in sharing this space, by the parents of all our actors for dedicating their time and their children, and of course, by viewers like you. Thank you. Let's take a quick second to remind everyone to please turn off your phones, and that this is live theater, so feel free to laugh, to gasp, to scream, to cry, because it makes it a lot more fun for the actors, and it also just makes it more fun for you all. And now playing, live and in 3D, Deathtrap.
Deathtrap. A thriller in 2 acts. 1 set, 5 characters. A juicy murder in Act 1. Unexpected developments in Act 2. Sound construction, good dialogue, laughs in the right places. Highly commercial.
That's wonderful, darling. I'm so happy for you, for both of us.
Happy? Why on earth are you happy?
But it's yours, isn't it? The idea you had in August?
The idea I had in August has gone the way of the idea I had in June, and the way of the idea I had whenever it was before then. In the fireplace, up the chimney, and out over Fairfield County. Pollution in its most grisly form. No. This is the work of one Clifford Anderson. He's one of the twerps at the seminar. Dear Mr. Broll, I hope you don't mind my sending you my play, Deathtrap, which I finished retyping at 2 o'clock this morning. Since I couldn't have written it without the guidance and encouragement you gave me last summer, I thought it only fitting you should be the first person to read it. If you find it 1/10 as good as any of your own thrillers, I'll consider my time well spent and the fee for the seminar more than adequately recompensed.
That's nice.
No, it isn't. It's fulsome. Please excuse the carbon copy. The local Xerox machine is on the fritz, and I couldn't stand the thought of waiting a few days to send my firstborn child to its spiritual father. My italics, his emetics. I hope you'll call or write as soon as you've read it and let me know whether you think it's worthy of submitting to, etc., etc. The son of a bitch even types well. You know, I think I remember him. Enormously obese. 400 pounds. A glandular condition. I wonder where he got my address.
From the university?
Probably.
Is it really that good? His first play?
It can't miss. A gifted director couldn't hurt it. It'll run for years. The stock and amateur rights will feed and clothe generations of Andersons. It can easily be opened up for a movie with George C. Scott or Michael Caine.
I love it.
The damn thing is perfect.
I should think you'd be happy one of your students has written a salvable play.
For the first time in 11 years, darling, drop dead.
Oh my goodness.
I'm green with envy. I'd like to take the mace there and beat the wretch over the head with it and bury him in a 400-pound hole somewhere and ship the thing off under my own name to David Merrick or Hal Prince. Say, that's the best idea I've had in ages.
My poor, poor Sydney.
I mean, what's the point in owning a mace if you don't use it once in a while?
You'll get an idea any day now. It'll turn into a better play than that.
Don't bet on it. Not that you have any money to bet with.
We're doing very well in that department. Not one creditor beating at the door.
But for how long? I just about cleaned you out now, haven't I?
We've just about cleaned it out. It's been a joy and a delight every bit of the way. Your next play was simply have to be a smashing hit.
Thanks. That's what I needed. An easing of the pressure.
Why don't you call it to Merrick's attention? Maybe you can get a commission of some kind.
Finder's fee, you mean?
If that's what it's called.
A great and glorious 1%. Maybe 1.5%.
Well, better yet, why don't you produce it yourself? You've been involved in enough productions to know how to do it. Could be a beneficial change of pace.
Darling, I may be devious and underhanded enough to be, I don't know, a successful murderer, but not, I think, a Broadway producer. One mustn't overestimate one's talents.
You elaborate with him. Isn't there room for improvement in the play, good as it is? Professional touch, a little reshaping and sharpening.
It's a possibility.
You jump at the chance to collect them.
And split 50-50.
And you get top billing.
Naturally. Reverse alphabetical order, you boy. It's done all the time.
On the basis of who you are.
Sydney, 4 flops bro.
Sydney, author of the murder game role.
Oh, yes, the murder game. I remember that one. Back in the time of King Arthur, wasn't it?
Not quite that long ago.
18 years. 18 years, each flying faster than the year before. Nothing recedes like success. Say, that's a good one, isn't it? I could work it in somewhere. There's a has-been actor who could say it. Recedes as EVE, right?
Yes. Yes, yes. See, Sydney would improve it.
Give it the inimitable Sydney roll flavor. Close in Boston.
Call him up now. Where does he live?
Up in Milford. You don't like the mace.
The maze? Oh, no, absolutely not. Blood on the carpet. And the next day, Helga Tendorf would be picking up on the second vibrations.
In Holland? I doubt that very much.
Sydney, what were you smoking last night when the rest of us were smoking grass? She stayed in the McVeigh cottage for 6 months. Paul Wyman is doing a book with her. He was impersonating her for 15 minutes.
Oh, I thought he had finally gone mad.
You see what a good murder you see? Helga Tendorf was practically on your doorstep, and you managed not to hear about it.
Does he want to pause?
It certainly should. Nan and Tom Watson had a good dinner last week. She told Tom about his backaches and the money he put into silver, and his father syncretol. She told Nan that their apparel was going to leave, but she did. 2 days later, and she found a set of keys Nan had lost in 1969. They were under the clothes dryer.
She's in the McBain cottage?
Right over yonder. Hanging up on our flips. This minute, most likely.
Well, it seems that our Mr. Anderson has himself a collaborator. Not that I really believe in ESP.
The police in Europe seem to. That's half of why she's here. She's supposed to be on holiday.
That's thing from pointing at murderers.
Wait a minute now. The Fallon didn't stay the full week, and his name was Quinn, or Quincy Anderson. I wonder if he's the one with the awful stammer.
He's ready to find out.
Yes. This may be a 3-hour conversation. Busy. Probably talking to Merrick. What's for dinner?
Salmon?
Again?
Yes. Sydney, would you actually kill someone to have a successful play?
Don't be foolish, darling. Of course I would. Spoken in jest, Miss Tendorf.
It's Mrs. She's divorced.
No wonder. Who could stay married to a woman of ESP? Don't fix me with that basilisk stare. Whatever a basilisk happens to be. Wouldn't you like to go back into Sardi's again, secure in the knowledge that we won't be seated in the kitchen? Do you know how much this play could net its author in today's market? $2 million! And that is not including Deathtrap t-shirts. If that's not a reasonable motive for murder, I don't know what is. I wish you hadn't told me about her. Ah, well. Here we go. Hello? Is this Clifford Anderson? Sydney roll. As a matter of fact, I have. I finished it just about 15 minutes ago, and I must say, in all sincerity, you've got an enormously promising first draft. I was just saying to my wife, Myra, that if you give it the reshaping it needs, point it up in the right places, and work in a few laughs, it'll be right up there with Sleuth and Dial M in the murder game. Oh, I should think you would be. I know that feeling so well. I thought the murder game was finished the first time around, and someone with much more experience in the theater took it in hand and revised it with me. Improved it tremendously, I don't mind admitting. George S. Kaufman, though he didn't want to take any credit, though God knows I urged him to, because he was deeply indebted at the time, and he didn't want it to be known that he had a share in the royalties. But I might be wrong about this. What reaction have you had from other people? Well, that's very flattering, but surely someone has read it. Friends, wife, some of the twerp people who were at the seminar? That sounds ideal. Complete isolation, and all you have to do is check the thermostat and water the plants. I'm surprised you've written only one play since July. I'd have written off 3 or 4 by now. Oh, I am. A marvelous thriller. About a woman with ESP. Based on Helga de Torp, you know, the Dutch psychic. It's called The Frowning Wife, but that's just a working title. I'll have to think of something much more clever than that. I love Deathtrap. I love Deathtrap. Incidentally, the title as well as the play. Or the promising first draft, I should say. Oh, I do. Far too many of them to give you over the phone. But why don't you drive on down here, and we can work through the manuscript scene by scene. I'm free this evening, as a matter of fact. Oh. Well, why don't you take the train down, and I'll pick you up at the Westport station. It'll be better that way anyway. You'd have a devil of a time finding us. We're way off in the woods, and we have to send up flares when we're expecting people. I'll hold. His car's in repairs. He's out sitting for a couple in Europe, unmarried.
Do you think he'll be open to the idea of collaborating?
Probably. Was Georges Kaufman still alive at the time the murder game? Hello? No, that's too early. Oh, when's the next one? No, that's too late. Let's make it the 7:29. And there's an 11:00 something from New York that I'm sure stops in Milford, so you won't have any problem getting back. Oh, what do you bring the original with you? The carbon's a bit of a strain on these weary old eyes. Thanks. Oh, Terrence? Do you mind if I call you Terrence? What? Oh God, Clifford! Clifford! I am sorry, Clifford. I'm gonna be a bit late. I have some errands I need to run. So just wait by the station and I'll be along eventually. In a navy blue Mercedes. Right, bye-bye. I think he's the one without any obvious defects.
What errands do you have to run?
Didn't you say something about library books? Pick them up, drop them off?
No, I didn't.
Which one you did? The Xerox machine has been fixed, but he decided to wait a day or two in case I had any small suggestions to make. No one has read it. No one even knows he's working on it.
And no one knows he's picking you up.
That thought did cross my mind. I'm so used to planning crimes on paper.
Why did you tell me the original copy?
You heard me? The carbon is a strain. I thought it would be better to have 2 manuscripts to go over, just so he doesn't lean over my shoulder for 2 hours, exhaling cheeseburger.
Probably has another carbon filed away somewhere.
Probably. And all those notes and outlines. Opening night to my dazzling success. His gray-haired mother comes down the aisle accompanied by the Milford and Westport Police Department. Hello? Oh, how are you, Lottie? No, I don't think I will. I have something I'm working on, and I don't want to lose touch of it. It's in the embryo stage. But Myra might want to. Hold on. They're gonna see the French thing at Fine Arts too. They drop you off.
I don't want to go. That's tonight.
Lottie, Myra will pass too. She's feeling a bit under the weather. But do give her support in it tomorrow, will you? Alright, thanks. Bye-bye. You don't have to stand guard over me. I only kill when the moon's full.
Why did you lie to her just now? Why did you not just tell her that someone was coming to see you?
Was it their business? I don't know why I lied. I'm just a liar.
The moon was full last night, except for a little sliver down by the bottom.
Really? Well, I must simply have to exercise massive self-control. And remind myself of that other carbon which almost certainly exists.
Cindy, if not for that, would you? Could you?
Probably not. Probably I would chicken out, even if he is the tiny one. They say that committing crime on paper siphons off some of the hostile impulses. And I'm sure it does. At the same time, though, it opens one up to the idea of committing real murder. Just as owning a weapon and handling it opens one up, however, slightly, with the idea of using it. But there's a world of difference between a paper victim and a real one. No. I'm sure Clifford Anderson is going to leave tonight in the same state of health in which he arrives. Manuscript clutched in his tiny or huge or relatively normal-sized hand.
We'll jump at the chance to collaborate with you. After that, you'll do a play that's all on your own.
Sure shall. Sooner or later.
Maybe you could do something about Helga Tendorf, but not called the Frowning Wife.
How about the Smiling Wife? Cheerful up kind of thriller. Say, there could be an idea in this. A playwright who's undergoing a dry period is sent a newly hatched play by a twerp who attended a seminar. It's a possible opening, isn't it? I mean, if the play is obviously commercial and the playwright, has a room full of weapons.
Put it in your notebook.
I will. Pity he's got the title Deathtrap, though.